Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my YouTube channel, the channel where I strive to make the world a better place, one video at a time. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is, let's discuss how fatherless homes has an effect on our society. Let's discuss how fatherless homes has a great effect on our society. I actually want to start off by saying that I'm going to be listing a few statistics here and then kind of going into detail and you know, talking about these statistics and talking about the numbers and different things like that. But I do want to say that the numbers have actually gone down a little bit since I've last looked at this, which is a very amazing fact, and which is what we are working for. I work every week to try to help this statistics and help the homes in America, because I work with young men, I mentor young men, and actually the last thing we talked about was father absence was the last thing we talked about. And, just trying to make a difference in these young men's lives, because I asked the young men, who yourself, or do you know somebody, are you yourself, or do you know somebody that's living in a home without their father? And everybody had their hand up. It was either themselves or it was somebody else they knew, friend, family member, whoever, that lived and separately. Not they knew this one person or this two people. Everybody knew someone separately that lived in a home, child that lived in a home without a father in it. So this is a very disturbing fact, but it's something that I am very passionate about and that I want to talk about. I lost my father when I was 8 years old. Didn't walk out the home or anything like that. Was a great man, but nonetheless, man, it took a toll on everybody, our whole entire family. My mother and all my siblings and myself, we dealt with it in different ways. But although he was a great man, even in his passing, him not being here, there was some. Myself and my siblings went through some gruesome things. So I definitely am passionate about this subject, and I want to bring more light to it. It has gotten better over the past, I would say, 5 years, but I definitely want to bring some more light to it because there's still too many children that are living in households without their father in them. But if we don't discuss how important it is to have your father there, then we're not going to even attempt to fix this issue. So today I'm going to be talking about the effects of father absence on our society and on families. So according to the U.S. Census Bureau, and I will put this link here in the description box below if you want to check it out. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 18.4 million children, 1 in 4, live without a biological step or adoptive father in the home. And here it actually has a PDF file here that I clicked on. Like I said, 18.4 million children, 1 in 4, without a biological step or adoptive father at home. So no father figure there, no one to lead them or guide them. And it's just not for young men either, it's also for women, and I will go and explain that. Well, today we're really going to be talking about it in general, then I'll go into how it affects each gender, the son or daughter, how it affects. But in general, it says research shows when a child is raised in a father absent home, they are affected in the following ways. They are 4 times greater risk of poverty, more likely to have behavioral problems, 2 times greater risk of infant mortality, more likely to go to prison, more likely to commit crime, 7 times more likely to become pregnant as a teen, more likely to face abuse and neglect, more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, two times more likely to suffer obesity, and two times more likely to drop out of high school. So we know these things are true. We see it every day. We see these things. We see all kinds of young men and young women with behavioral problems. We see all kind of young men and young women who are living in poverty. We see all kind of young men and young women, if I can talk, more likely to have behavioral problems, more likely to go to prison, more likely to commit crime, more likely to face abuse and neglect, more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. We see it every day. Teens struggling with these things. See, we're supposed to be out having fun with your peers and with your friends, out bowling or out going to trampoline parks or out going on a late night drive. But instead, you are now suffering from these things. Maybe in juvie at the age of 15. Maybe have a baby at the age of 15, right? Dropping out of school at the age of, whenever you are, able to drop out of school in your state, dropping out of school as soon as you turn that age, and then, not graduating, not getting a GED, right? We're talking about young people experiencing some of these things, and when they get older, they experience even more. Prison. Now they're committing crime more. Now the fathers, they grow up that didn't have a father. Now when they can become a father, they don't know what to do. They don't know the road to take. They don't know. They were never guided, so they don't know how to maneuver through fatherhood. So now they are neglecting and abandoning their families and children. You see, when you have a home that is not complete, right? You are supposed to have a two-parent household. That is what makes a household complete. When you do not have that, it's not going to operate correctly. If you have a business or a company, you have a restaurant, right? You have a manager, the general manager, you have the assistant manager. That company would not go correctly if there was no general manager. That company would not go correctly if there was no assistant manager. The company would not succeed if there was no general manager leading. In a household environment, in a family unit, that father will act as the general manager, right? Just like a company. If that general manager is not there, that company does not succeed. If the general manager is not there and present and helping and guiding and leading, that company will fail. It's the same way with a household. If you do not have a man there that's leading, that's guiding, that's protecting, that's providing, then that household will fail. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the society that we live in. And if you have, and then you have homes like this, right? Too many of them. You have too many of them with all of these statistics that are showing themselves within young people growing up without their father. Well, you have too many of those homes, and now you have too many of those students, those children going out into society, not even knowing how to maneuver through life because they didn't have a guide. Mama was too busy providing. Mama was too busy working 3 jobs, right? Trying to keep the lights on, right? Mama was tired when she got home. Didn't even have the opportunity to lead and guide. You saw the nanny more than you saw mama. Or you saw your mentor more than you saw mama, right? So she couldn't take the time out of her day to teach and guide you on how to do that, and there's something she can't even teach and guide you because that's a man's job. So mama bitch can't even take you, can't even lead and guide you. But that's what daddy was supposed to do, but he not there. So now you go into life not knowing how to maneuver through certain situations. So now you're more likely to go to prison. Oh, well, now that's why prison rates are up. Crime, behavioral problems, drugs, alcohol, obesity, drop out of high school, all of those things you see nowadays that our adults are now going through, are now suffering with, and majority of them, they didn't have their what? Their father. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the single biggest issue of the United States of America. Because when you take a father out of a home, you now have totally destroyed the whole family dynamic and how a family is supposed to work. So the children will be affected, and then when they go into life, they're not going to know what in the world they are doing, because the leader and the guider took off. Just like in a company, if that general manager's not there for 2-3 months, that you don't replace them, that company is going to go to the ground. The employees gonna be like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do that. That's general manager's job. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we really have to shine more light on and really talk about more often. We have to bring light to this situation, because this is a very, very, very important topic to talk about. Because like I said, if you take the father out of millions of homes, well, you just destroyed a whole generation. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And people blame it on all. Oh, these kids nowadays, they so disrespectful. They're so bad. They're so. Well, why do you think they are? It ain't their fault. You know what children do? They follow example. So if the example of a father they have is, oh, I'm gonna just walk out the crib and do drugs and never see my kids again. Well, how you think they're gonna perform in life? Ain't nobody teaching them at home. Mama, like I said, mama too busy. Ain't nobody punishing them, teaching them. Just so they don't get no attention at home. Also, when they go to school, or now they gotta act out. Or now they gotta now they at Samantha's house, you know, having intimacy at 15 years old. She end up pregnant. Well, now since dad is not there and mom's too busy, now I'm gonna go hang out with the gangs. So now I'm gonna start selling drugs. Now I'm gonna start abusing drugs. Now I'm gonna start going to commit crime with them, with my boys. And then you wonder why the society's the way it is. But they're gonna blame it on the children for how they act, but not shining any lights on the fact that it is a parent's fault. Father, step up. Seriously, it is time. We're going to talk more about this, though. This is just the first segment of, I don't know how many segments I'm going to do. The next one, I'm going to do one on how it affects girls, and the next one, how it affects boys. But anyway, I hope this was a blessing. I hope this, that you were able to, get some encouragement from this. And I hope you, share this video with somebody who may need to hear it. So, like this video, comment any thoughts you have, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified anytime I drop a video. Thank you so much for joining the Titus Beard podcast, and I'll see you on the next one.